I'd like to introduce you to a 15-year-old girl. She's growing up in Anchorage, Alaska, a place that's usually described as picturesque with the northern lights and snow. But for her, it's a really dark place. It feels like a cage, because it's a place where she's witnessed her mother go through low spells where she can't get out of bed and take her to school. She's also witnessed high spells where she takes random trips to California and spends money that we don't have. She's witnessed domestic violence. She's witnessed substance abuse all before the age she can drive a car. And all these things culminated in eventually an overdose on July 28, 2012. And that's how I entered the child welfare system. This is my story. And during that time, I was deemed a high-risk youth, or high acuity, and I was too high risk even for foster care. So I had an extra step in my treatment, and that was going to a residential treatment facility, where I spent the next 6 months being one of the most rebellious teenagers to ever go through there. I didn't want to talk to anybody, I didn't want to be there, and it was clear to me that I did not need to be there. But I was wrong, and thankfully one very determined therapist knew that, and she knew I wasn't just a kid who was acting out. She worked with me time and time again, and finally she told me, I've heard your story from everybody except for you. So I know you're not going to talk to me about it, but why don't you write about it for me? And I liked this offer because one, I didn't like talking much, and two, I had never been asked my point of view. So after 3 more months of writing this story and recording it with her and really getting into some of the things that had happened with me, we got to where I was now. And my therapist did something really powerful. She closed the book that I had written and she cried with me. And this was really powerful because for the first time in my life, I trusted an adult. The child welfare system saved my life in this way, and after 3 more months of really hard work, I ended up being ready for what they call a step down. So I was ready to finally enter treatment foster care. However, I spent the next 3 months continuing to work hard because I looked terrible on paper still. I was not the kid people wanted in their home, frankly, and even therapeutic foster parents turned me away. And there just aren't enough therapeutic foster parents. So my best friend since I was 4, her family had always taken me in, and her mom decided to do something really great. She stepped up and she asked, what do I need to do to become Chelsea's foster parent? Wow. And she went ahead and she went through the training and all the required hours and the home study process, and she became a licensed foster parent. She still is today, by the way. And she took me into her home. And that allowed me to graduate high school, which is something only 35% of foster youth do. And it also allowed me to go on to graduate college, which is something I never dreamed of doing. And right now, only 3% of foster youth do. And that's why I do what I do. I got my degree in clinical psychology because I wanted to give back to the system that saved my life. And I wanted to be there to give more kids the opportunity to be a part of what I was a part of, and that's therapeutic foster care. So it sets us apart from regular foster care because we are really focusing on trauma-informed care, safety, permanency, and well-being. And what all that means is that we're acknowledging every child who comes into foster care has trauma. Being ripped away from your family is traumatic, even if that family is neglectful. And we want to come at this with, okay, that's there, but how can we help you cope? How can we help you do all these things? And that's why treatment foster care is different. And that's what Safy does. And we're in 7 states across the U.S., and that's our mission, is to provide more children with the opportunity to have what I had. And the biggest things that are different too, besides the trauma-informed care, is we're providing increased support to our parents, and that comes in the way of ongoing trainings catered to their needs, and also the 24/7 on-call services. So the main reason we're here today is to really bring in the Colorado Springs community because we're new here. Safy has only been here for about 6 months now, and we're trying to integrate into the community because we want to give Colorado Springs youth the opportunity to be a part of treatment foster care. So, questions?